So welcome to the Design Mastery Bootcamp 2024. This week is week 3, okay? And in week 3, this is our work path for the week. This is what we'll be doing throughout the week. So first, we are looking at the JBSN project. Okay, we have a project to do, and that project is about the group assignments. Okay, so we want to learn how to work as a group, okay, or work as a team. And our lesson on the graphic design topics explained which or touched on which of the tools allows us to work collaboratively. Okay, so we have reviewed that, and now this time we want to now look at how that works. So we'll be using Canva as our graphic design tool, which would allow us to work collaboratively. Okay, and why would we want to work collaboratively is because to we want to move fast. We don't want any delay in our work. At the same time too, we want to all be on the same point, or we all want to be on the same understanding, have the same understanding, be able to see the progress and see how our works are being integrated in the whole project at the end of the day. Okay, so gone were the days where you do one project and send it to another person also send it to you, then you're like, oh, you've left out this, you left out that, I added this. All those things you can get over them by just doing a group work, or getting a tool which allows you to collaborate with one another. All right, so our group project will be given to us soon. You'll be placed in groups, and when you are being placed in the groups, you'll work collaboratively together to establish or to provide the designs for a brand need. Okay, so we'll give you multiple examples. We'll give you, for instance, you can have a restaurant, and the restaurant is starting up and they need Facebook flyers, Instagram, Twitter, and they have probably a specific audience, maybe children. Okay, and yours, what you are doing as a team would be to work collaboratively to make sure that the brand identity is kept constant throughout all the flyers. So you'll be emphasizing on things like the brand color, the typography, fonts that you use together collaboratively. But then you would go about your design, your creative designing and all. But you just make sure the theme for your designing is quite consistent. Okay. Yeah, so we'll give you groups for that. We'll give you the group heads. We will also monitor and make sure that everything is in line and all. So next we will be looking at today is Monday, and we're looking at the artificial intelligence course. Okay, how artificial intelligence can impact our design. Is it good? Is it not good? Is it helpful, or is it going to take away our jobs? So next would be, that's on Tuesday, we'll be having our FAD. Ideally, they'll have FAD9. If we are not on FAD9, don't worry. But we'll be having an FAD. We'll be having an activity too as well. And then on Wednesday, our most busy lesson days, we would be having visual identity and storytelling, user interface basics, and understanding visual composition. And then on Thursday, we'll be looking at the FAD10, or an FAD flyer a day assignment alongside an activity for that day. On Friday, we'll be looking at designing for web and mobile and for print. Okay, and this would all contribute into your understanding and the delivery for your group project you're going to be doing. And on Saturday, we'll be having another FAD, a flyer day assignment, and you'll be giving your flyer week assignments in the course of the week. The deadline, the primary deadline, is on Sunday, but we shall extend it to Friday of the following week. Okay, so that's about the course outline now. a brief overview on all of them. Visual identity and storytelling is how you are able to put your designs together, okay, your finished product, and you're able to explain it to your client. Okay, so with that one, we'll be talking about some mock-ups, okay, things how you present it to your client, and maybe we're looking at the creativity aspect and how you would brand that company. Okay, then interface, user interface, that's UI, has to do with how a user can be very an application or a product or a software can be very user friendly or can appeal to its clients using, or the clients using that software. Okay, we like Microsoft, or we like Canva, or we like Apple over Samsung, and we like Samsung over Pixel, or any other way you would prioritize it, because of basically the user interface. Aside hardware and software capabilities, what usually attracts us is the user interface. Imagine there was you can do, I know there's this Apple sharing thing where you just bring the phones closer to themselves, and the other phone receives then the thing you're trying to send. Yes, but if there was no design to that feature, and it was just as plain as send, then you click on send, then nothing loads, then it just comes on the other person's phone that's sent. It may not be appealing to the users. But if there's a GIF, or there's a short video or graphic of some sort showing a progress bar, okay, a progress bar showing that, yeah, it's loading, or it's about to send, or it's going up, then you're able to know that, oh, okay, yeah, it's going up, this it's loading the progress. Okay, those may be gimmicks, or those may be just things which make the user interested in using the product. Okay, then later we'll be looking at understanding visual composition. Okay, mainly your hierarchy, your arrangement comes in here again. Um, in graphic designing, in making websites, how do we compose the website? Where do we place the picture? Where do you place the text? And all those things. If I want to make a photography website, what are the kinds of fonts I want to use? Which fonts will appeal to luxury clients? Which fonts would I use for my website to appeal to corporate institutions? Which websites will I use? Which fonts will I use to appeal to the general public of Ghana, of America, of Tanzania? These are things that you would have to understand in making your design. Okay, that's why we have treated all those things in our very first session, or in our very first 3 lessons. Okay, so once you understand these things, it's just with that understanding visual composition, you will just revisit most of the elements you've done, but then it will be more about using websites and all. Okay, so you would realize that when you open a website, when you open a page, it's all looking nice and all. That's because of design, it's because of the user interface and how they have arranged everything like that. And so that's what we'll be looking at, so that we can also do something similar. Right, so, and Friday we'll be looking at designing for web, mobile, and print. When it comes to designing for web, that will be about web designing, not coding per se, but web designing. Okay, we would have premium courses, or we have premium courses on web designing, simple web designing with AI, artificial intelligence can do it for you. You can create a website in like 2 minutes these days. Doesn't really take much. You can create a mobile app also, same. But we would be looking at, when you are designing for web, what are the things that you take in mind? What are the things that you have in mind? We've treated icons. So for instance, icons we use in Photoshop, the icons that you are using your lesson that we've actually to go and download and things. All those things are used extensively when it comes to web design. Okay. And if you are doing it for mobile, what kind of fonts would you use? And the whole idea is that for web, the screen resolution changes. For mobile, screen resolution changes most of the designs will now have to be vertical, but if it's web, it will be horizontal using the 1920 pixels by 1080 pixels. And if it's mobile, that will be similar but vertical format or portrait. And if you are if you are designing for print, what are the things that you'll be taking note of? What are the things that you have to bear in mind? The pixel resolution, the PPI, um, the inches you are using to print, and also you would also have to bear in mind what the client needs. Okay, so a client tells you that, oh, okay, my whole wall is this size, I need to print my picture on it, and I need it to be let's say 8 feet by 4 feet, and you go ahead and go and print, you do your design in 1080 by 1080. Okay, you're not doing the necessary calculations to convert the smallest width to his 8 feet or 4 feet format. Okay, there are some calculations we'll do when it comes to that. What will happen is that you end up doing 1080 by 1080, and that 1080 by 1080 is a square. Meanwhile, the person has given you a dimension for a rectangle, and the worst thing that they can do for you is you give the person the design, and the printer guy too would see it and not do anything about it, and also print it and stretch it, because he knows that, okay, the client said that he needs this size, but he didn't get that size. He will just stretch the image, and once you stretch an image, it gets distorted, you lose the value of that design. Okay, and so that's very, like, it's a really big, a very serious thing. That's why in our lessons we've explained how to actually get good clear images even when downloading from the internet. Okay, so we'll be looking at that, and that is the overview for week 3, 14th October 2024 to 20th. All right, then after I will give you your FAW for the week and you are good to go. So what is artificial intelligence in design? I want to ask yourself how AI is transforming the design industry, the benefits, the use cases. Does it help enhance our speed, efficiency, and creativity, or is taking away those qualities from designers? This is an issue that we as designers need to address. We can't do anything about the fact that AI is here. Okay, we are now in the AI age, and this AI age may be beneficial to others. AI age may be detrimental to others. People may lose their jobs. Why? Because when you enter Canva, you can just search for something. You can even search for a presentation slide, and it will be done for you. Okay, when you go to, you need a picture, right? And the picture that you need a certain way, and the person, instead of the client coming to you, he has gone to search on the AI and he's telling you that do the same thing for him, and you know that that is an AI work. How do you go about that as a designer? How are you able to now compete with AI? But the question I ask myself is that, do we need to compete with AI, or we should embrace it? Okay, and so we at JBSN Media here, we have embraced AI full vim, full vigor. We have accepted it as part of our team. And today's lesson is brought to you by AI. Every single thing here is done by AI. Okay? Yes. AI can do a lot of things. You would be surprised that AI is the one who does your assignments for you, who provides the assignments for you. Okay, yes, that's all AI. And we at JBSN here have embraced it, and so we also like you to at least get to know about AI, know how you can use it. Because if you don't know how to use a tool which is now, you can't use a tool which we are in its age, I think you'll be left behind. Okay, when the computer age came, those who said, nah, this thing will amount to nothing, have amounted to nothing. Yeah, the computers are here now. Okay, so if it's AI, also do use the AI for anything you need to do. Now the question is that what do we do as designers? First of all, this is how AI is. AI is supposed to help. That's what the people who created it say to us. That's why maybe they are just lying to us. But how is it taking our? Let's look at how it's taking our work. Okay, or how it's even transforming. Transforming. I'm looking at the negative side now. So AI is such that you can go to the internet and tell the AI, okay, generate this kind of image for me, and it will do it for you instantly. All right. If you are an artisan, if you are someone who is into drawing, okay, or doing Photoshop designs or doing Photoshop drawings, you would realize that AI has sort of taken your work away. What you ought to do is to use it for your game. Maybe you are not an expert. Okay, so when you are learning, AI usually benefits you. But when you're an expert, because you understand the principles, because you understand the elements, you're able to realize that this work is organic and this work is inorganic. Any organic work will be one generated by AI. It has this smooth feel and all. But currently, AI too is also working to avoid that smooth feel of its pictures that it generates. Okay, so that's there. So you as the designer, when you understand how the principles and the elements work, you are able to also know how the AI reasons, and you the professional person, you will be able to now do more with it. Okay, if for instance, um they say a medical doctor, um, a medical doctor, yes, has he will go to school for 6 years, and after he's done, he's on the ward and things. He's practicing. Before you go to your doctor, you have a feeling that, oh, okay, I have headache. I have aside the headache I have some sort of some symptoms, and you would punch in these symptoms and place them in the AI, and the AI will give you likely diagnosis and also advise you that make sure to see your medical doctor. You may have drugs that you have been given to take, and you go and check for the side effects of those drugs and tell the AI what will these drugs do for me, or what is the use of this drug. And the AI will give you all the info and all. Yes. Now imagine the same doctor who prescribed it for you is the one using the AI. His response may differ, and his understanding of the responses from the AI will differ from yours. Why? Because you aren't the professional. Okay, so he knows and he's able to judge whether the AI's response is true or it's false. He's able to judge if the AI's response would be recommended or not. Right? So that is the difference. You pick your medications and you are given your tummy is aching, and you go ahead to go and take any suspension just for the tummy ache, and you go check your AI and ask the AI what are the side effects, and the AI tells you that kidney disease, and you're like, what, this thing is poison, I won't drink it, they never told me. You get it. If you go and tell a health professional, a pharmacist, they will just look at you and be like, no, this doesn't happen all the time. Okay, why? Because the AI gives you what you have asked him, you have asked it, and if you don't go about asking those questions well, if you don't really put in your prompts well, you wouldn't get the best of results. All right, so that's how it is. We have AI being used by professionals, and we have AI being used by the everyday user or the people who are not in that field. And so there will be a very huge difference when it comes to that. So as we are here learning design, it's up to us to really learn about the technical things about design, understand the design things well, so that when we are using AI, we are able to get the best out of it. Okay, so AI can do pictures. AI can even let us know what content to place in there, and because the AI has other, it can integrate other things onto itself. You can, for marketing and all, AI can do an exceptional job for you. But for us, we as designers, initially, it wasn't good. It wasn't. It can produce images, but it wasn't producing text too as well. Currently, they are updating it. They are making sure that it can provide text. So there'll be a time that I can just search on my phone and say, create a flyer for JBSN Media Bootcamp. It should have this, and this, and this there. The text should be like this. This one should be like this, and I'll get it. Now the question is that between you, the individual who has learned what background, you know what a background, you know what an element, you know what an icon, you know what the typography is and all, you against the person who is ignorant about these tools or these principles of designing, who would be able to provide a good flyer, and not even about good, but would be able to provide a flyer which really, although generated by AI, the AI really understood the prompt that we did, and we are able to help our clients well by even using the AI to do the design. Okay, so that's how you look at the thing. So the AI is here to help. When you understand the tools, you're able to use it way better. At the end of the day, they will give you some assignments you do, or you can just try out, look at the Design Mastery Bootcamp flyer and search using the AI tools that will give you. Just try and describe it using all the things you've learned so far, and you should be able to get some similar results. Now, what are the benefits of AI in design process? AI does a lot for us. I spoke of AI in our previous lesson in Photoshop, where Photoshop is able to move the background using AI. I also spoke about how the apps that we use online uses AI to move the background too as well. Okay, if you are removing background manually, as illustrated in the video I was doing, it's based on the understanding that if you're looking at my image here right now, this human being is black, there's white here, so I have to take out the black from the white. Okay, so I have to use the contrast differences to just try and isolate this body from this background. Okay, and using that picture in mind, I go about removing the background. And so what basically the developers do is that they also train these devices, or these, they train the AI to also think in that process lane. Okay, they train the AI to also look at the bigger picture. Who is the subject here? What are we taking out? And then it comes in again, zooms in and says, okay, where is the subject, or what elements over here are for this subject? Okay, and the AI is taught on, okay, this is what a human being looks like. So it identifies and says, okay, this is a human being, this is a black human being, and this black human being needs to be isolated. So it has in mind that, okay, this black human being, if there's white in the background and he's also wearing a white shirt, it might be difficult to remove it from the background. And so it will zoom in and take note of where the human being structure is from different references. So it knows that, okay, human beings have a shoulder of this sort, and so it would be looking for a shoulder to be removing from the background. Okay, so it's sort of with this reasoning and other technical things and training of the artificial intelligence model that they will use to finally get or train the AI on, for instance, removing background, color theory, or developing text, or developing pictures, or developing a gradient. Now, when you pick these different AI models which have been trained to do all these individual tasks, and you merge them together, it will now these things will now be merged based on, for instance, this idea. We are learning about hierarchy and how to place your designs well. For instance, using this example, if I have a title, the title has to be big. If I'm going to color the title, it should be a color that should come out well. It should really catch the attention of the audience. And what color am I going to use? Maybe white, maybe the lightest color, or maybe the font size is very big. So the AI also has these principles in mind, and applies it in its designing, or applies it in linking or collaborating with other AIs together, and then you have your final image. And so you can ask the AI to do a flyer for you, and it will know that, okay, yes, the flyer has to get a main text, it has to get lower text, it has to get small details, it has to get the logo as well. So it bears all these things in mind, and it produces a final image for you. All right. So just as when you are in JHS, we have how to write an essay. The teacher goes ahead, teaches you. You can also teach AI. The developers teach AI also, and make the AI produce the things. And when it produces the things, they just keep on assessing it, and or until the AI has gotten the concept and is able to produce. And you have a lot of people using these AI services, and so feedback, if feedback that is you've done well, you produce good content, will let the AI know that yes, this is how I should go about it next time. So basically, that's how AI works in language models, in AI working in art, AI working in business, pharmacy, health, um, marketing, social media marketing, or all these things. You can literally place a book in ChatGPT, and the AI will learn it within like 2 seconds for you. Okay, so that's how these things are done. For us as designers, we want to use the AI to speed up our process. Without designing anything, I can use even Meta AI, the one you have on your WhatsApp that you haven't used before. You can use Meta AI. You just give it a command, generate an image of this, and it will generate something fast for you. Just as we go on Canva, we go on Pinterest, we go on websites to go and look for inspiration, you can have your inspiration generated from the AI. You understand? And then you would now remodify it for it to be your creative art. Okay. Then we can look at efficiency too. Imagine I have a design work to do, and it's the work I have to do. I have to take out, for instance, I have like 10 presidents. I have to put all of them on a flyer, and these 10 presidents, I have to now manually go and remove the background from each of them, because their pictures were taken from different places. There will be a lot of work. These days you can just place it in Photoshop, and the AI will just take it away from you. Currently, Photoshop AI allows you to even select a portion. I can select the hair and say, okay, make it black. I can select the hair and say, let him wear a hat, or placing a hat there. I can do a lot of things using AI, and that will now speed up my process. Instead of using 3 hours to do a flyer, and I can use like 2 hours to do a flyer, or even if I use 3 hours to do a flyer, I can achieve more with that. Okay. Then next we have um, okay, we have prompt engineering for AI tools. So what is prompt engineering? Prompt engineering is basically looking at how we are able to type prompts. Whatever you type to the AI app is called a prompt. Okay, it's called a prompt you are typing. And these prompts that you are typing should be engineered, they should have a structure, okay, which will allow you to get the results you are looking for. And so it's very important because of precision, okay, and accuracy. And when you look at precision, always think about when someone mentions precision, always think about throwing darts, and you throw the dart and it hits. This is the point I'm supposed to hit, and I hit around the point. That is precision. That is good precision. I've gotten close to the target. I've gotten a lot of darts hitting around this side. So if all the darts were able to hit my forehead, that is good precision. Okay, that's like 100%, almost 100% precision. But if I had one here, one here, one here, one here, that's very bad precision. Okay, and if with precision in AI, you want to make sure that what you search for, at least you've gotten responses which are close to what you actually expected. Okay, the AI is going to be told what to do. So if you don't feed it with the right information, it can't do your work for you as you intend. What is accuracy? Accuracy is we need to hit this target, and 10 out of 15 that hit here. Okay, that should give us roughly 70, about 70-ish. Yes, about 70-ish percent, and that's accuracy. So I mean, at least some was correct, but others were wrong. Okay, well, others didn't hit the target here. So what you want to aim for is good precision and good accuracy. At least the answers it should be giving you should be accurate. It should be correct. Okay, and with precision, it should be around the correct answer. Okay, so that's about precision and accuracy in our AI prompt engineering. And what are the best practices for creating effective prompts? The first thing to do, research. Okay, research. Go to YouTube. I always say these days a lot of information is on YouTube, and you can just tap in from these resources. You go to YouTube, go and search how to generate good response or generate good AI responses, and you will get like your mind will be blown away by what you would get there. All right, so try as much as possible to do that. We'll give you the video links for prompt engineering so you can learn more about it. So what you want to do for every design you want to do or create is that just as we have taught you about keywords being searching for the right info, like how I illustrated in previous videos, or in the Photoshop tutorial video, how I searched for things I wanted. For instance, I want a microphone. I go ahead and search for microphone. If I need a microphone, I don't go ahead searching for mic, M-I-K-E. Okay, it doesn't work like that. Okay, or I don't go ahead searching for stick. Okay, that is why we as professionals, or we learning to be professionals, need to know the terms to use, and that is how the AI can also communicate effectively, because the AI, mind you, was trained, and these AI models are trained based on professional books. They are trained based on professional content. They are trained based on identifying works of professionals and, in quotes, imitating like we've learned and creating on its own. So basically, AI does the same things that we are doing. Okay, sit down, look at how do you learn things. How do you learn graphic design? How have you become a master in what you do? It was years of experience, it was reading, it was experimenting. Basically, that's how the AI tool is also learning some things. All right, so to get these effective prompts, we have to know the terms and then use them well. And the good thing about AI is that if you don't know the terms, oh, ask the AI. Okay, you ask the AI, it will give you the terms to use, and then you can find out or use those keywords in text in finding out what you need. I'll give you an example here and probably illustrate that to you. So this is Adobe Express AI. Let's skip that one. Let's look for some of the graphic design terms we want to look for. So I need to do a money flyer. I need to do a money artwork for someone. So I want to create like my own currency. Someone says, "Oh, create a currency for us. We want to use it in a movie where we're having our currency, and we need the money to be flying up and down and things to be used later in a video." Yes, sometimes some designs are complex, some projects are complex as that. So what you do is that you need to know what I come to create, what effect do you even need to know have on the money. So you can go and search for money Photoshop effect name. You see, we have a YouTube video showing us what the name of that effect is. Okay, and once you know the name of the effect, then you know, okay, yes, you should expect this one when your AI is also creating it for you. Okay, so you see that they have the half tone effect in here, as well as a ripple effect too as well. Okay, so basically, when you know this, even if you don't know, what you do is that you go ahead, you can go to ChatGPT, it's free, ChatGPT, and you can then ask ChatGPT to give you what the design elements of this is. All right, and it will give it to you, and you know, okay, this is what I can do from here now on. All right, now ChatGPT for design ideation. So ChatGPT is basically one of the grandfathers of the AI. It's obviously not the first AI generated, because AIs have been in existence for a long time. It's just recently that the name has come to stay. So ChatGPT can help you write, can give advice, can summarize, can brainstorm, can code for you. Excellent at coding. It can do a lot of things for you. It can organize your things for you. I want to organize this course. I can just let the ChatGPT just do that for me. Anything I want to do. So sometimes you're out of ideas and you want AI to generate ideas for you. You can go ahead, but mind you, it's up to you, the designer, to lead it to what you want to do. Or usually the first generic answer you get will be all over the place, but you have to be specifying what it you want. Okay, so how to generate design ideas using ChatGPT? We'll look at streamlining creative brainstorming. So I can go to ChatGPT, all right, and I'll go to ChatGPT and say that I want to create something. Okay, so I tell ChatGPT I want to create something, and all ChatGPT has to do for me is help me with the creating of that thing. But if if I don't know how to use it, it becomes a problem. Okay, so just take note of that. Let me I'll illustrate that here for you to see right now. Let's see. Okay, so we want to start a flyer and we want ChatGPT to do something first, so we can see steps for flyer making. Now this prompting I am using, it's very bad, very very bad. Okay, why is it bad? Because it says determine your goal, know your knowledge, know your audience, choose a format, create a catchy headline, write a clear theme, choose engaging visual, add call to action, proofread it, print it, monitor. I may not have needed all these things, but I may have needed something particular. Okay, so what you do is that you can let ChatGPT know the situation that you will find yourself in. So we are giving you a group work and we are telling you to do create audience for a restaurant. Now this restaurant we have, so you go to ChatGPT and let ChatGPT know that I am a designer, for instance. Once you type I am a designer, it will say okay, noted, and you should see something. You see memory updated. All right, but please don't go and type I'm a designer. Just be specific. Don't There's nothing wrong with lying to the AI. You can let him know I'm a graphic designer mastered in Photoshop, then you let you know. Then you go ahead and say, okay, the client needs a flyer for their restaurant. Okay, I wouldn't go ahead and say design something. No, I'll be like, these are their brand colors. So these are their brand colors. Their brand colors. It gets complicated as if you want it to be. So I can go and look for the hex code of the brand colors by going to the color wheel here, going to pick the red color here. So I can go and pick the red color here and use it, or I can say red and green. For this Christmas, they need a flyer to attract. Which people do I want to attract? Maybe university students. I'll say university students, university Ghanaian students. So we can say what concepts, not even what concept. I have to even have an idea of what I want to do. I probably want to do a graphic design which is probably bent on using Photoshop manipulation. Okay, so I would say what Photoshop manipulation concept? What Photoshop manipulation concept can I use for an ad to be posted in the center of town? Probably something like this, but you can do better. Okay, I will send you the links for the prompt engineering. So something like this. I think I've missed a lot of details here, but then you have to also specify generate 3 concepts for me. Concepts about food, music, and family. So it says use a texture green background to evoke a cozy feel, layer images of delicious foods, add a holiday theme graphic, include a bold headline, blah blah blah. All these things, I can just copy these things. Okay, this is doing lazy work with graphic design, so I can copy all these things. Then I'll go to another AI. So probably I go to another AI, then start a free trial or something of that sort, and paste it there, and it'll give me something. It'll give me at least an idea. Okay, but before you get to the idea, you'd have to modify these things. Okay, sometimes this helps, sometimes this doesn't help, but the question is, was it worth it coming here? Or else I could have just come over here and search for Pinterest restaurant concept flyer, images, and I see all these things here. Okay, sometimes it may be worth it, sometimes it may not be, but sometimes you can actually give it a try too as well. Okay, so basically that is how you can use the AI, use ChatGPT basically. Now the good thing over here is that we can do a lot whilst using the AI. All the AI sites will give you, let you know how to use it, and it will ask you to generate pictures for us. So yeah, you should just try, and you get to have a feel of what good prompt engineering looks like, okay, to achieve a specific result. Now it usually helps when you know what you want. If you don't know what you want, you get thrown away by the AI, okay, because it doesn't know what you want and you couldn't explain it well. So what you do is that sometimes there's some way of prompt engineering where you would ask the AI to ask you questions so that you are able to explain the design well, you're able to explain what you need very well. So that's about it. Now when you know what you want, you can explain it. For instance, I need to do a picture in Photoshop where I need, for instance, the entrance of the picture is like, the picture has a very huge pillars. Okay, and the place is leading to a cave where it's dark, but there's some small light at some area. I have to be able to explain all of this well for any AI I have, even Meta AI. And Meta AI should be able to generate that thing for me. Now, once it generates it, I'm now able to get once it generates it for me, and I look at it, I'm like, aha, this is what I actually need. Then I'll be able to now refine or do something that I'll at least get an idea of what I'm planning on doing. So sometimes we can use AI to just illustrate to clients or just illustrate to ourselves how the idea we are thinking about is going to go or is going to end up. Okay, so we have Adobe Express, and Adobe Express is able to give you a design. You are able to even use those designs to generate other designs too as well. You're able to use even simple shapes and colors in Photoshop to demarcate where you want some products. Or for instance, I want bread over here. I want, let me just show you. So you can let the AI know that, okay, I want um so you can let the AI know, okay, this is my plate and this is my cup. Okay, with Adobe Express you can do things like this. All you have to do is maybe change the color. Once you change the color, it should realize it. So you let Adobe Express, okay, this is my cup, this is my plate, and probably this is the signboard saying that come to JBS and restaurant. Okay, so Adobe Express allows you to do things like this and place it inside, and it will generate it according to where these elements were found. Okay, and you can now refine it and do a lot of things with it. It will be referenced in the video we'll send you to as well. Then we have Midjourney AI for generative art. Now, most of the times we used to use Midjourney because Midjourney can give you a lot of things. Okay, and the fun part is, especially when you are learning, it's free for a while, and you're able to also pick up what people have done too, because we are all using a free service, so you can also pick up what people have done. They used to create lovely things, lovely this thing. To sign up with Midjourney, you have to use this Discord account. Okay, so you can just go for Discord, then after have a Discord account, you search into Midjourney, log in there, see how people are generating their prompts. That's a nice part with Midjourney. You can see what people are placing inside to get the results. Okay, that's why I really like using people use Midjourney, because we are seeing templates of people's prompts and seeing what they got. Okay, so you see words like HD, hyper realistic, 3D, 3D export, 3D render. You see all those things. Each of those things mean things. Okay, if you're new to graphic design, you don't understand, but then you can also copy it, use it, and you get lovely results by doing that. Okay, so that's about Midjourney AI. Midjourney AI is meant for generating pictures. Okay, so it generates pictures and it asks you to refine, okay, which of these pictures I've generated, for which of them do you want the most. You choose the one that you like, then it refines it for you, asks you if you want to do any modification or something of that sort. Then that's it. So it's used for inspiration for by most of us. Okay, there are sites where people have just done AI art alone. Okay, so you can check out all those ones too as well. Now, some of the other tools are DAO It's paid. If you have cash, you can go ahead. Canva AI to allow us to quickly generate a lot of things. I don't know if you've tried it, but quickly generate AI's presentations. I need a presentation on AI. You go to Canva, just type create a 20-page presentation on AI. These are the colors, these are the elements, and it'll give you something. We have Runway ML. Now, Runway is used in creating AI for AI videos. Okay, and as a graphic designer, sometimes you may want to use videos, and so that is how you would use runway AI. Okay, so runway is more for videos, but you can also create pictures, very nice pictures with it. And if you I want to really go into AI extensive, you realize that each of the AIs have their way. You can use one prompt, and you would get different things, different looks, different feels with the AI. So you can explore that one, and then you finally decide on the one that you want to use. The key take here is that AI is a powerful tool. It enhances design creativity because it has sampled a lot of. AI has literally gone through the entire Pinterest and seen, oh, this is what people like. Or when it comes to doing theme based, for instance, I need the flyer to look like it was vintage, something of that sort. AI would allow us to do all those things because it has sampled a lot of that. Okay, by sampling, it has downloaded and understudied all those flyers, and it's now able to generate images based on that. So you can let the AI know that, okay, I need this picture to look like it was a cartoon. I need this picture to look like Mona Lisa's a painting, and it will do that for you easily. Okay, so that is all about AI. Now, the question or the final slide that we'll look at is what you need is good prompting. What you need is how to search for the words well. Okay, if you aren't doing your prompts correctly, you may not get the right thing. And you have to do some good research. You have to research in which one do I want and what do I want to do. Okay, sometimes you come to an AI site like this, you can search, you can go through each of them, see what people have done, explore, just keep on exploring until you get what really fits for you. The thing about design is that we all have our style. Okay, so I can start with design and I can be more into typography, and I would like to do um website design, website themes with text. Like all my designs can be about typography, or all my designs there will be elements of typography being used to explore, being used to create the subject, or being used to create emphasis. And someone may like Photoshop manipulation, some other person too may like raw photos. Okay, so the person would like to take raw photos and maybe retouch them or incorporate them with his design in some ways. And so I think really all designers have different ways of editing. Photographers have different ways of editing. We all have our style. And so sometimes you want to shift away from your one way style because you have mastered that art. Some people too are very talented. They've learned different genres of design. So you see, for instance, when we look at here, this looks like a painting. This looks like an old time painting. This one looks too. This one looks like some oil painting. Okay, this one looks quite realistic. This one looks cartoonish. This is very cartoonish. This looks um yeah. This one looks like techno art or so. A lot of electricity and things. This one looks like some art from some different country. I've really forgotten, but yes. So there are different ways and different styles. This one looks like a raw painting here. People can design and it looks like anime all the time, but what the AI has done is that they have learned all those things, and so sometimes when you run out of ideas and you just want to switch from one way to a different genre, you're able to do that with the AI. So research into it. Most of the times what AI does is that it takes pictures together, pick picks it from one place, one another place, combines it together. And that's basically Photoshop manipulation. If you know how to do Photoshop manipulation, if you know how to manipulate pictures on yourself, you understand the reasoning behind what the AI tool is doing, and that can help your work well. JVSM Mastery Bootcamp flyer was created with the AI. We didn't do the prompt engineering for the AI, but someone had done the prompt engineering for the AI, and we've used as a free picture, Getty freepik.com. The art was there, and we have used that one, incorporated that one into our design. That's maybe one way that you would want to use your AI. Another way maybe to generate very simple elements of your design. So you can generate, for instance, a 3D balloon, 3D something, and then now come and incorporate it into your main design. Or probably you can take a text. Adobe Express can do great works with that. So with Adobe Express, you're able to take a design and a text, even a text, a basic text, and then change the text to 3D using Adobe Design instead of going to 3D apps to go and do that. Okay, so when you know how to use AI, you're able to achieve the things easily. You're able to achieve great works very fast. Okay, because if I had to go and do that 3D design, I have to go to Adobe, either Photoshop 3D or Adobe XD, Cinema 4D, Blender 8. It takes like, depending on the speed of your PC, it takes like 10 hours, 5 hours, 2 minutes to render just that picture before bringing back to Photoshop to get that done. But AI has made that simple for us. We'll send you the videos on how to use the AI wall so that you're able to benefit from it effectively. Thank you all for joining this session and this lesson. Expect the links to everything that we've done, all the reference videos, all the pictures that you've seen here, or the website. We provide you with everything.